and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive for the day we see new light. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Hello, hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? We've got Manly was not only shot but brought back from the dead in the right order. So we automatically have a Snake Manly up and running. Truly, our Snake Eater is here to save us. But hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? My name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? We are going to be working more on caps, but first, I want to go over a very special thing. Now, we had a friend of the channel. Do you call it a channel? Do we have a viewer? We have a person, definitely a human being. Throw something in my chat, which really activated some of my noggin boggins. I have finally put my long-term monetization plan into motion by releasing a community scenario exchange for my game, the Contract RPG. The game relies on these one per session content modules called scenarios. The exchange lets scenario writers submit their write-ups for credits they can use to unlock other people's scenarios. But non-scenario writers will be able to purchase credits to unlock the scenarios on there. This is clearly communicated to everybody at every point in the submission unlocking process, so everyone who's submitting is fully aware of this fact and are basically donating their work to support the website. The exchange has been released for 1 day, and there are 13 scenarios approved and 7 in the approval queue. At this rate, it won't be long before we're able to offer years of content for people willing to play. Approval is performed by me and a few trusted community members who produce high quality work. Scenarios can be community editable, like wiki pages, to allow motivated community members to add battle maps, fix formatting, update write-ups after rule changes, etc. I saw this and I was immediately horrified by it. Absolutely terrified, even. But then, using the power of a little bit of digging. The fuck did I also... Good morbing. Oh no! So I was like, alright, it can't be that bad. But then, I found the website. Well, not website, I found the person in another server I'm in. Thank you, our website already hosts 299 scenarios, with over 1,000-word write-ups that have been run by various playgroups. Unfortunately, a lot of them are extinct and are written by players who are no longer active. The scenario exchange will allow people to share their content across playgroups and attrition. So content people create will live on and continue to see play even after they leave. I may send an email to people who have written extinct scenarios to try to convince them to resubmit their work to the exchange, but I don't have high hopes they will. Yeah. Let's we actually have a scenario. Let's take a look at this scenario. But what are we actually working with here? Well, this is called the contract. Never heard of it? Don't worry. Probably nobody else has ever heard of this either. This is the first time I heard about it today. Because hey, sometimes we find weird things on this. Sometimes we find weird things on this beautiful channel. So, let's see. The Contract is a gritty tabletop role-playing game about ambitious people who go on deadly missions to earn fantastic powers. Crypto leak. Those clever enough to survive are forged into the most formidable beings on Earth. Alright, easy enough to understand. We got some basic stuff. Yo, that's a full rulebook. This is the scenario exchange, though. This is the main thing. This is a sample scenario. Looks like there's actually. Oh wow. Okay, so this is a sample good scenario apparently. So let's 2 to 5 newbie contractors. Let's go to the guy. How do we play this game? Let's learn how to play. I love learning to play games. Read the player's guide instead, more in-depth example without the accompanying narrative. Alright. Rule book. Let's look. One person acts as the game master, play with anyone, alright, easy enough to fuck that, don't care about lore. Lore is bullshit. Harbingers. At the start of a session, a mysterious powerful NPC known as a Harbinger contracts each contractor. The Harbinger gathers the contractors together and briefs them on their objective. Experience have quick introductions, but brand new contractors usually require some convincing. Normal humans without powers, only the most skilled and driven individuals are invited to be contractors. Is victorious in a contract, they receive a gift that unlocks their supernatural potential. A gift credit grants a new gift or improves existing gifts. Each player creates custom gifts for their contractor using the gift builder. No two contractors share a single trick. Okay, that's interesting. We've got custom powers already. Is this a fucking NFT RPG? I don't think so. Reminds me of those fuckers on TG shilling for a D&D 5e where every characters are a resellable NFT. Hey, did I miss the weird gotcha? No. We're right here, actually. Is this an NFT? I don't know. We will quickly find out. Signing the contract. Goes willingly. Same goes for players who are never obligated to play a session. Okay? Especially more advanced ones spend the downtime between contracts pursuing their ambitions, forming alliances, and dealing with their enemies they've made on their rise to power. Agree to become a contractor, they are imbued. Accelerates their learning, makes them more resilient to mental trauma, and gives them uncanny ability to escape certain death. Sometimes. Fuck it, I'm in. So, we've got a character sheet, alright. We've got... See, this is... Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, alright. So we have a character sheet, by the way. Fun fact, we have a character sheet here, so rest assured, we will make a character. What's the graveyard? I want to leave. What's the graveyard like? Let's see. Seasoned, novice. We've got some dead characters. What's John Wolf? Sahir Jat. Guy trying to bring light to a conflict of the world. Better do the job. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's like clearly like a lot of newbies look like they die. Pretty. I see some of these are from like. I mean, it looks like some of these are for like 2021-ish. These are all like player stuff. Okay. "22 victories." Alright. 252 dead contractors. Alright. Printed online or printed character sheet. Access from Divide or print them out ahead of time. Alright. Contractor. Okay. Contractors with fewer than 4 victories are considered newbies. Novice, 4 to 9 victories, can only participate in contracts with other novices. Seasoned can only play with other seasoned and veteran contractors. Only veteran contractors can participate in solo contracts. Certain gifts are only available to seasoned or veteran contractors. But you get to make all your get to make all your powers. Remember that. You do get to make all of your powers. It's not an NFT yet. I'm not seeing the NFT things yet. So let's intrinsic strengths. All right, capabilities. So your skills. All right, easy enough. You only use it skill checks. They do not grant stats. So these are your most important things. Invent your own secondary abilities. Smuggling it's unique to her. Secondary abilities do not grant any supernatural effects. So you can adopt your own skills if you feel like. Alright. Okay, so most of the time controlling is as simple as telling GM what you'd like to do. If attempt an action dangerous may not succeed, the GM may roll to determine the outcome, blah blah blah. If the difficulty is not specified, it is 6. Add up your ratings and the attribute ability and roll that many D10-sided dice. So D10s. D10 system. So contributes to the outcome. +1 for each 6 or higher, -1 for 1. But you said the difficulty. Okay, so the difficulty is your target number, effectively. So you want to get as many successes as possible. So it's a success-based D10 system. Okay, very World of Darkness of you. 2 characters perform opposing actions in a contested roll. Subtracts their outcome from the... Okay, so let's see. 2 opposing actions. The defender subtracts their outcome from the attacker's outcome. If the is greater and greater, the attacker is... Yeah, okay. So if I try to bash you in the skull and you're trying to defend yourself, you're going to roll one thing. I'm going to try to reduce your successes. Alright. Right, outside the box solutions. Violence is a risky tactic, not an assumed solution. Alt scenarios. 5 scenarios help them start running the contract. Unlock scenarios include notes that you previously ran it. Playing an occasional online contract is a great way to discover content for your so... Oh, it's there's no equipment, by the way. There's just no equipment. because it looks like everything is very broad here. Just like you kind of just can say whatever you have. But actually, I mean, it looks like there is actual stuff, but you don't really have any money, it looks like. Alright, easy enough to understand. Like, is this supposed to be a thing like Capcom for Lancer? I don't know. I think so. I think it's supposed to be like that. Like they want to do... Oh, they've got merch. Tell me more about merch. Tell me more about your merch shop. I want to know more about your merch shop. Oh, no. Talents. We got sticker sheets. Backpacks, beanies, hoodies, mugs, T10 coasters. Why do you have coasters? How much money do you make on your con? How much? Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. You make 76. 79 bucks a month. Jesus, mother of Mary. 10 people. So that's about $7 per person. That's about, no, about $8 per person. So that's not too bad. 4 posts though. During this phase, the reward fees are minimal. However, during this early phase of the game's development, it's been out for like 2 years at this point. Alright. So, body is your brawn attribute. You're gonna get hurt. Determine how deadly it is. Difficulty is to treat, how long it takes to heal. Typically, there's an in-game month between contracts. Each injury you sustain heals 2 severity levels in that time. So it's supposed to be all... I guess it's not, like, session-based, really? I guess it's more severity, like, scenario-based. Maybe, like, that weird, like, well, we're all on, like, a Discord and we run groups incoherently like that. Yes? So let's see. Battle scars worsen 1 level per half hour until stabilized. Let's see. We want quick, unpredictable, and deadly. Cool. Turn-based mode called combat. Start of each combat, each character rolls initiative. Okay, what can I do? It's my turn. I can walk. I can bash someone's skull in. So everything is injury based, equal to, so effectively you're dealing damage with chunks. So instead of like you got hit for 2 damage, you have 2 severity, so now you're 2 out of 6 or whatever. You hit for 3 damage, you're now 5 out of 6 with 2 injuries. Alright, easy enough to understand. I'm being attacked. Dodge, defend, slash. Oh boy. Multiple injuries. Bleeding your body is equal to your severity of your worst injury. Plus the number of other injuries you had. That's a little bit... Wait, so it's not... Let's say Brady's bite counts as severity 4 injury. Combined with Lucy's existing severity 2 injury from drawing blood, her wound level is now 5. So I was completely wrong, and you should never listen to anything I say. Because I'm a silly Billy boy. I'm a silly boy. I'm a fool. I know nothing. So you can die from 1,000 cuts if you just do a bunch of little attacks. Again, penalty. Yeah, so... So I take that. So then I take a... Oof attack. That would bump me up there, even though, yeah, so you kind of see this right here. So if I remove this, it would only go down 1 instead of adding up to 6. That's a little bit weird. Cool. That's fine. Let's Lance Borg it up, bros. You ready to contract? Systems like... Merch, the person wants money badly. I love Redbubble. Game's name sounds like a shitty BDSM romance novel of lonely 40-year-old women. I just need to sound more innuendo than that. I just have a ball guy next to a piece of paper on the cover. I can guarantee you there is a thing called the contract somewhere out there with that pitch. Latent supernatural potential, claims victory, they get a gift credit. Instead, they provide information, options, and equipment. Gifts work. If a gift allows you to sidestep a primary challenge of a contract, you win. Why not just bring along the people who are good at everything? So, players create custom gifts for their contractors using the contract's unique gift builder. Use their own unique concept. Each gift system text is automatically generated. Gift systems are specific to ensure that they behave the same no matter who is acting as GM. I want to create a gift. Let's create a gift. Building cuffed it. Why we signed the contract. Is that AI? I don't think it's AI, but I mean, that's kind of weird looking. I mean that. No. So let's see. Oh no, you can make a consumable? That's lame. I want to create a power. So my power. What does my power do? Let's see. I want to create Bang. Customize system. Style. It is a targeted. Blast roll is going to be my intellect. It's going to be my perception and my in medicine. Occult. Armor effective is fully effective. Radius is 10. Very small radius. What's the damage? I can't select a bigger one, but I can definitely do default damage. What's the... Let's see. I want to create, like... It's fuel. Fuel unit. What do I have to use? I need a cigarette. Must smoke. Lucky strikes. There we go. I have to use lucky strikes. So, but if I use it, because I've got this, and it's a -1, and I've got 1 gift credit. Let's see. I want to suspend trigger. Wait for it. Let's see. Just like, there we go. Shredder. Bang. Bang, baby. All right. Power. There's a power system there. It looks like you got a lot of points. All right. Mind damage, limit damage. You cross. You make trauma rolls. You can cope. You are coping and bleeding. Let's see. Contract service. Your wound level exceeds your body rating. You die. Dead contractors turn to the graveyard and can't be played again. Imbuing grants contractors will to survive. They may reduce incoming weird speed by 4 levels. However, the point of mind damage, major battle scars. Given Karen coin, which you can start a new contractor with a gift. Good. Contractors are not throwaway characters. Golden ratio and Karen coins. Play groups, golden seal. So the GMs receive experience when they run a contract where at least 1 contractor dies while another achieves victory. Mouse over for the precise details. So you can be a pillow referee. You can also be a cruel middle management. Cool, and there's downtime and settings and play, but don't forget there's the Discord. So what's this, I want to, but with all of this, it's holding some paper on it. That's fucking organized play Discord rules hard coded to it. I hate it. Doesn't look AI, it sure looks weird. If it's AI, maybe it was photo bashing. I'm assuming replace any variable with come, it'll be funny. What? That's just a terrible incentive system. That's so fucking bad. Notepad, this game has fluff. I'm assuming it has fluff. I mean, let's see. I want to learn what's the fluff. There's gotta be something cool, right? Oh, there's even more rules? Cool. Tell me more about situational rules. Tell me more. I just wanna know. I'm gonna scare my mom a little bit. I had some bacon in the fridge. I was like, pretty sure this is... Voiding contract, different, Filato sweeps. Alright, I mean, it looks like there's stuff going on at least. What's the illuminate? Tell me more about the illumination. Is the official setting. Cool. Tell me more about the assumed setting. I want to know. I want to know about the assumed setting. I'm bored. I don't want to learn about the assumed setting anymore. I ran an organized play server and been in an administrative position for other. I had to wrangle tar GMs who never thought rewarding lethality was a good thing before. It never fucking works. It's so fucking dumb. Yeah, so that's a very basic look at the contract. Need to look deeper into it, of course, to kind of get a better idea of it, but it's like, yeah, I'm like, all right, that's kind of weird. See, but this is the thing that's a little bit funky dunky, as others may say. Now, if you do this, this is welcome to the community scenario exchange. Scenarios are content modules. So it lets you scenarios share their content with each other, even if you've never played together. Each scenario costs 100 exchange credits to unlock. The only way to earn exchange credits is to submit scenarios you've written to the exchange, for 240 credits each. Now, we're going to talk about predatory monetization schemes, by the way. It's going to be fun. In the future, users may be able to earn exchange credit in other ways, including purchasing them or receiving them as part of a premium membership. We're going to talk about predatory currency exchange systems. Submitting scenarios is the exchange supports the contract and will make it possible to continue providing this game and web service for free for everyone. Thank you. Note about spoilers. Contractors and players go into each contract completely blind. Even a player knowing that a scenario takes place in the jungle or favors investigative contractors and can affect their choice of contractor or decision to participate. Because of this, the page reveals little as possible about the nature of each scenario. So, let's talk about predatory monetization schemes. Now, what we know, it costs 100. It costs 100 credits a scenario. We know that. That is a very important fact. You get 240 credits for submitting a scenario. So, we've done the math. 100 credits a scenario, submitting a scenario. However, you may be saying, Notepad, why is it 240 credits? Why not make it 250 credits? Because what they want to do is effectively that, you could effectively do for one submission equal to two purchases. That's the way you got to think about it. 1 submission equals 2 purchases. However, you have those 40 credits remaining. What can you spend those credits on? Nothing. You write another scenario. You put in 2 submissions. That means you have 4 purchases. However, you now have 80 credits remaining. You now have 80 credits remaining. You put in a 3rd submission. 3rd submission allowing you 6 purchases, but that brings you up to 120. So technically, you can get for 100 creds 1 plus 1 purchase. But now you have 20 credits left over. So effectively, if we want to do the math correctly, this is what they want you to do. To make sure that you have 0 credits remaining, you will need to submit, let's see, it would be 4. You would need to submit 5 games. You need to submit 5 submissions, and you would receive 8. It would be 9, 11. I believe you would end up with 12 scenarios for submitting 5 of your own scenarios. Now, here's the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing. It is what they're doing is what we like to refer to as predatory pricing. Now, MMOs do this all the time. This is a very popular thing at MMOs. The basic concept is, let's say we have a new currency. Let's call it Notecoin. Notecoins. Notecoins is my private currency. It's my currency. It's my special currency that you can purchase for extra gifts, for things in my cool MMO that I've made. Now, the combination is arbitrary. It doesn't matter whatever it is. So like you do like gotcha gems or whatever. I mean, like how to earn I'll just use the one that I know probably the most, Blue Archive fucking Pyroxene, I think that's what it's called. Costs or whatever. I need Genshin Impact currency. Tell me more about the currency. Yeah, you kind of see all the previsions, Genesis crystals, all this shit. This is what they want you to do. They want you to purchase Genesis crystals or whatever. Now, the thing is, as you kind of see up here, with this is that they're applying an arbitrary amount. But let's say, for example, because I'm a clever boy, it costs you 100 Notecoin to buy a thing. It costs you 100 Notecoin to buy a thing. However, I'm not going to sell you that in those denominations. I'm going to sell you Notecoin, however, in a denomination of about 80. Probably it'd be something around about 60, about 110, 240, 350, and then you have like the super mega super duper 1000 pack or whatever. We'll even make it even more. We'll make it more, confusing for everyone. These are going to be the amount of coins that you can actually buy. You just want the 100 coin thing. So what happens is you're like, hey, I just want the coin thing. So you're going to buy this, but now you have 10 coins, you have 10 Notecoins standing in the middle there. It's worth nothing. So you're now encouraged to buy more. You're now encouraged to buy more things. So, or you're like, oh, well, I want 2 of the things, so I'm going to buy the 240 pack or the 360 pack. Or, because I want an even amount, I'm going to buy the 240 pack and the 360 pack. That is effectively how a lot of MMOs and microtransactions in general actually function. They want you to get the weirdest deals. Kill the kid. Only sell them for multiples of 33. Yeah, exactly. That's what, the Just Strife Hayes explanation. Exactly. If you do odd numbers, you have to buy more. Or you have to buy a bigger pack. You have to do all of that. That's effectively what they're doing here with the scenario exchange. It's actually very clever. Because those points don't do anything else. You can only purchase more scenarios, which currently I can guarantee you, if you are on the Patreon, you'll probably have you'll get a certain amount of coins every month probably, and it'll never be enough, mind you. It'll never be enough coins. And depending on the tier, you'll get certain different amounts, or you can of course buy them directly from them. You can buy you can buy your special, exchange tokens or whatever directly through them. However, there's something very unique about this situation, which I think anyone can clearly see. You control the fucking currency. I control the value of Notecoin. I could say each Notecoin is worth $1 million. I can also say it's worth nothing. And I can change it whenever I want. What they're doing is confusing the value based off of conversion rates. Well, it cost me $5 to buy 100 exchange tokens. For $10, I get 210 exchange tokens. So it's a better deal. But is it really a better deal? Because you're just setting those prices arbitrarily. But if you subscribe to the Patreon, you get a certain amount of this. But if you subscribe to this, you get a certain amount of this. But if you do this, you get this. But for this, you get this. That's what they want to do. It is actually amusing that they have legitimately put the scummiest tactic of MMOs physically possible inside a tabletop game. Man, I love you guys. You are the best. This is in no way completely fucking insane or just alien. This isn't that at all. This isn't just weird by weird people. No, of course not. This is perfectly reasonable. And if you really look though, 1090, 1924, 5,000, 6,000. Where's this? High improv scenario. Here, this is the weird thing where it's just like, hey, you buy one of these things. You buy one of these things. Suddenly people are getting weird about it. I mean, this is the example scenario, of course. Am I playing it as a contractor because the contractor may be dealing with the fallout of the contract? We have hidden some of the following sections. Spoil yourself on it. 2 to 4. Contract record 14 runs. Because again, everyone works together on these things. You always submit more things to it. You always are putting more things. Here's the journal being written. This contains not yet discovered. You gotta play through the scenario on this. And the police, the contractor's right. They're approached by a pair of police officers. Oh no. Prometheus event. There's a Bulbasaurus. Oh. Lombard Street. They have Google Map. This is worth 100 exchange coins. Is this worth 100 exchange coins? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Just crash the economy. Well, crashing the economy would just be releasing the scenarios for free, because that would completely kill pretty much kill the value of it. We'll say submit to unlock all of them. In this current situation, we have 1, 2, let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 scenarios. You get about 2 scenarios per. So you would need 6 scenarios, roughly speaking, if I'm doing my math correctly, to unlock all of them, and you would have about 100. You'd have about 140, I believe, about 140-ish points left over. Community exchange points or whatever left over. Now, I think I know what they're trying to do. I think I know what this is maybe attempting to do. Maybe attempting. I don't know fully, but it's a big if, maybe, but perhaps. Now, you could make an argument that they're trying to do like they're trying to be like do like the Japanese scenarios. Like, they're trying to do like a scenario book system where you buy the scenarios and that's what you're doing. The thing is, what they're doing is very weird. They're doing is incredibly strange for a variety of reasons. Most notably because they're putting premium currency behind it. If I want to, for example, let's say we go to Booth, because we all love Booth, and I pick out this scenario book, Bye Bye Summer Days, which is all about various scenarios in high school. It's gonna cost me, about $7, and not even that, about $7 to truthfully buy everything. And I believe that's even like this fucking hardback. If I just want to get like a cheaper one, it's gonna be like 500 yen. It is literally going to cost me less than a coffee. It'll cost me 2 copies to buy the, I believe this is the PDF version of the game. I have no idea what the prices are. Yeah, text and map edition. So if you want to buy of this guy's, looks like maybe COC scenario or something, if you want to buy this, it's going to set you back about $10 maybe. You want to buy this thing, you want to buy this game, it's going to cost you about $4. This is a full game, by the way, which I didn't realize was here, so I should maybe purchase that. So yeah, I guess that's what they're trying to. Well, the thing is, you joke, McDrewsalt, but there's one very important problem with this. There is one distinctly important problem. You have to make the assumption that people give a shit. In any economy like this, any economy, the basic premise is that people have to want to invest. If they do not want to invest, there is no reason for you to give a shit. You know what? Let's join the contract Discord. Let's customize my experience. I'm new. I'm very welcoming. Free-to-play tabletop role-playing ambitious people to free-to-play tabletop role-playing game with microtransactions. Cool. That's awesome. Let's create a contractor and post them for approval. We're just going through. Yeah, so generally speaking, we've got about 300 people. So we've got about 300 people. So let's be, I don't want to create a contractor. I just kind of want to, I'm just vibing. I'm just looking through. So if I'm being conservative, let's say there are 350 people. Let's immediately shave 100 off by just people who don't give a shit. So we got 250 people. Let's be conservative and shave 50% of people off. So we're down to 125 people who just give a shit enough about to actually pay for it. I'm not talking about active people, I'm talking about people who give enough of a shit to actually pay. So we're down to about 125 people. Roughly speaking, we're down to about 125 people. Let's cut that in half again. Let's be real conservative that there are 75 people who are game masters. Do we actually even have a let's play a game. Let's see, we've got a few harbingers, but that's a bot. Financiers, we've got a few endorsed GMs. We've got 4 endorsed GMs. Let's see, by the way, there's not 300 people in here, so we're cut that now. Let's cut that number down to about 50, all right? So we're looking at, I would say there's maybe about 25 people. 25 people that would actively seek to purchase these. This is important. Actively seek to purchase. Now let's cut that in half again. Let's cut that further in half. We are down to about 12 people who are willing and able to write scenarios. So I thought they were just rent seeking. How long till Discord drama causes the whole community collapse into seething singularity and ass hurt? You make a brave assumption, McDrewsalt, that there are enough people who give a shit to actually run all of this. Because I don't really think there are that many people who care. Like, that's the beautiful thing. I genuinely do not think that many people care. So I don't think people are going to give a shit. You are looking at, let's see. So there are 250. There are about 250. So let's see, 45. I'm just going to go down the list. All right, let's see. So we've got 4, 7, 11. We're looking at about 50, 56. 56. We are looking at maybe 180 people. Maybe 200. 180, 200 people. Max. And again, start chopping that in half. Constantly. Chop it in half for the number of active people. They've already said that there are people who are not active, who do not care. They're waving at me. So I'm going to reply with cat thumbs up. So cut that in half immediately. Just right the fuck away. Cut it in half. Amount of people who are actually active. I should also cut that number in further down because there appears to be people joining from this server, no less, joining in. So again, let's cut that out. Let's be happy and say there are 260 people active. So we're down to 130 now. Let's cut it down again. We cut it in half yet again. We are down, if we do 130. Notepad, Cole and Luca are being Cole and Luca and VC right now. As long as they aren't doing death threats. 65. So that's about 65 people who are probably give a shit enough to actually participate actively in the contract community. Let's cut that in half again. Let's be real nice. Actually, no. Let's you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna divide it by 4. We're gonna say there are 16 roughly people who are GMs. They are game masters for the contract. Because there's always going to be more players. There will always be more players than GM. Cutting it again, we're looking at about maybe 8 people who are going to willingly buy. Cut it in half again, we're going to be looking at about maybe 4 people who will actively compile and create scenarios. Generally looking at that, looking at my big brain plays here, it does actively appear that there are about 5-6 actual community members who are the heads of things. So no, I think this is not going to go anywhere fast. So I've seen what I need to see. Well, I've seen what I need to see. I am away. Away. Let me just post Mafia Cat real fast. So, I'm glad we all learned about ourselves today with the contract. I think we learned a lot about ourselves. I think we learned a lot about what's popping in the hood. So, let's get back to game development, shall we? Some fun and exciting world of game development. So, rest assured, I will say this, rest assured, none of you will ever have to deal with the with Notecoin having to buy my games. You'll just need to subscribe to the Patreon for exclusive PDFs, exclusive content, and exclusive one-on-one conversations with your boy Notepad Anon. And when at 2,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, it will be feet pics. And at 2,500, I'll post hands. Exclusive conversations. Exclusive conversations. Schizophrenic delusions. I can just call you. I can just call you your DMs right now. No, I am a good boy. I've done nothing wrong. I'm a good noodle. I am here. Competent individual. So, we finished literally like the first 5 pages last time. So, we are, as they say, doing quite well for ourselves. So let's keep going. So, welcome to the agency. Part of me wants to write a full-on sorry, Notepad, you have to kill yourself. Kill yourself now. See, this is the low-tier god references we need in this society. See, now, as I have people here, big question. Do you think this kind of game actually needs lore? Should I put in a convoluted series of lore jargon and being it's Metal Gear Solid, have no fear? 500 pages of lore. Absolutely. Oh lord. Okay, I mean we could do see, the question is, do we want to make Foxhound? The thing is, this is the question. Do you want to make Foxhound or Soldat Sans not Soldat Sans Identité, Soldat Sans Frontier, Soldier Sans Frontieres? Or do you want to make the make Spectre? Do you want to make do you want to be James Bond or Big Boss? That's the question. I think both have their so let's do we'll call it something very we'll call it the Velvet War, just because again everyone's looks really dapper in it. So this is important, everybody. What should we call our super cool, unique, convoluted lore? Everything with random schizo posting. Also do the more schizophrenic the better, because the entire idea of this game is that there's kind of the sliding scale, which is whiskey on the rocks versus shaking martinis. Shaking martinis is Q. Let me use my laser watch to get out of these bonds real fast. While whiskey on the rocks is, what's your gadget? Oh, what's your gadget? This crowbar. What are you gonna use it for? Breaking your knees. So it's like, I need an organization that can, in theory, do both. You must both be James Bond, Sam Fisher, as well as the guy from the Bourne Identity. Jason Bourne, you could even say. I completely forgot his first name. Or even like 20, like the first, like 48. Like you have to be like all four of the. You have to be every single type of, clandestine operative. So what's a good name for that? Because like super like secret agency. Because if like we have like the Central Intelligence Agency, we do fictional intelligence agencies. Tell me more about the fictional intelligence agencies. So we've got Blake and Mortimer. It has the 13th Bureau. We have Acme, the Agency, the Alliance of 12 from Alias, Alpha Protocol. Oh my god, I can make an Alpha Protocol game. Yeah, Military Sans Copinas. Make it like Mother Beige. Each division supports a different type of operative. You just have some people who are like hardcore, like super agents or whatever, and then you have like James Bond. You just have fucking Austin Powers show up. I know writers just use subtext and they're all cowards. I just call it the FSA, fake secret agency. See, that's too on the nose. I need to call it something far more stupid. B613. That's lame. Chinese secrets. The Chinese secret police. Fun fact: the Chinese one is, I believe, the Ministry of Internal Security. Chapter. The Counter-Terrorist Unit. Central Organization of Police Specialists. From Cops. What? There's... Oh, yes. Cops. The cartoon. Tell me more about Cops the cartoon. I must know more about... Cops the cartoon. Oh yeah, we're dealing with some fucking Kino here, fighting crime in future time. Oh my god, he's literally me. Oh yeah, we're fucking. Oh yeah, we're fucking gaming. We are so fucking back, boys. Yeah, so maybe not Cops, because while funny, no. Cubicle Gestapo from Dilbert. Let's see. Department of External Security. The DXX. Airwolf. How firm. Mission Impossible. The Impossible Missions Force. Oh yeah, International Secret Intelligence Service, ISIS. What do you mean we're the name of a terrorist organization? Gadgets, and there is Big Boss want to be sending waves of trainees into the base. Cowboy Cop. Noose, National Office of Security Enforcement, parody of SWAT, NSA, US BP. Odin, that's a good one. Rainbow, yes, Rainbow Six technically. Multinational counterterrorism. STARS, Police Task Force, similar to SWAT. The SSS, the State Security Service. Third Echelon, the Patriots, the Philosophers, the Rush. Uncle, the man from Uncle. Zowie. Zonal Organization of World Intelligence and Espionage. Let's see. Science Police. Have no fear, it's me, the Science Police. The DEO, Black Priests of Niven's known space. National Intelligence Department. Ah, yes. Majestic 12. UNATCO. God, maybe I should make it something Deus Ex related. Dun-dun-dun. Like, let's think. We need something... We need something, like, very... Also, there's Delta Green. Of course, that's a good one. Death Eaters. They cite the fucking Harry Potter of the Death Eaters. Fear will always be great. Shinra Electric Power Company. You guys are reaching for the fucking stars with the... I mean, there's got to be a good name here. Stop, you have violated science law. Call it UNATCO. Just call it... No, that's the problem, Noonie. Is that if we're going to have to go into, like, over detailed, like, agency bullshit, we are going to have to expand, like, the reason why it was established. And it's going to make no sense. That's going to be half the joke. Is like nobody knows why it was established. It's just a it's just a world anti-terrorism force. I mean, world anti-terrorism. What if? World United Nations Action Response Force, UNRF. I mean, I think calling it anything in the UN works. So we've got that. We can use F for force. So United Nations works. If we want to, I mean, let's have a little bit of a thinking time for everybody. Let's have a little bit of a thinking time for everybody. So, let's say, I'll hold it to all of you. I'll hold you all at gunpoint as usual. Do we want our fictional agency to be part of the UN, or do we want them to be independent? Do we want them to be like a formal government agency? You are a block of the USA. You are a block of the UN. You are a EU-based group or whatever. They predate the UN. So we've got one for predate the UN. Let's call them terrorism unit. So, okay, we've got old-fashioned, we had part of the League of Nations. So we've got League of Nations. They're the terrorism unit. We've got the United Nations. UNTU. Unto. I mean, let's see. I mean, what's Spectre like? Let's Spectre. I mean, special executive for counterintelligence, terrorism, revenge, and extortion. Global terrorist organization. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should call it Spectre. Let's see. We want to do like It's me! Da-da-da-da. Let's see, we want to do... I do like how it's just Bond girls. Yeah, MI6. Let's actually check something. League of Nations. Show me the League of Nations. Permanent organs. Okay, let's take a look. So, Administrative Commission and Minorities Section. Mandates, political, economic, financial, transit, International Bureau, illegal, disarmament, information. I guess we'd call it part of the let's see. That's too close to ISIS. Bureau of Formal Secretariat Services. Let's see. International Institute of Intellectual Cooperation. University Relations. League of Nations. So I guess it would be International Labor, Permanent Court of International Justice. Oh, the Court of International Justice. I mean, let's see. Court of International Justice. What is the exact International Court of Justice? I mean, we could do, Bidgie. It's called a Bidgie. Where the covert ice. Information disarmament sounds cool. We cripple the military industry. Let's see. I mean, we want to create something that sounds at least somewhat cool. Come on, guys. We're trying to come up with a cool name because you want to be a part of it. Bureau, I mean, Bureau of International, Covert Operations Organization for Liberty. We are not calling our thing cool. No. Let's see. Bureau of Disarmament, Intelligence, and Counterterrorism. BDIC. BDC. BID. I mean, let's see. MI6. Like, I want to do MI6 or the Secret Intelligence Service. Why do these fuckers always have the best names already? Why? It's not fair, everyone. It's not fair. It's not fair that they have all the best names. Mm. Hmm. Welcome to like 95% of game design, everybody. I've talked about this before, but like game design is 95% of the time just trying to find like the ideal name. The Bureau of... Fuck. What do you even... There's gotta be a cool name here, right? There's gotta be something. I mean... Because you get things like Militaris Sans Frontieres. Militaris Sans Frontieres is like, cool. Soldiers, it's military without borders. Alright, that's cool. MSF is kind of cool. Like, Military Sans Frontieres is kind of a neat... It's a neat name. It's immediate. You kind of get what's going on with it. Let's see. AUCA, the top secret that uses animals for secret agents. Organization without a cool acronym. Shield, Shocker. Sacred Ajanmi, the Cycle, Kindred, Evolutionary Realm, Shush. Ord. Yeah, Medica sent some Tiras. Spies Without Borders. You can call it something ominous like 12th Hour. Wealth. Such an odd word. I can fucking... If you call it 12th Hour, the entire idea is like, yeah, you join 12th Hour because it's, you know, minute to midnight. Midnight 13 is a good one. Midnight 13 is a good one. Like that. That's gotta be some. That's gotta be something, right? That has to be. It's a smartphone, but I can get away with it. No. It's not. Yeah, we're using Midnight 13. I like it. Good job, Draco. This is what I bring you on here for. Let's see. As an agent of Midnight 13, it is actually as an agent of Midnight 13. As an agent of Midnight 13, the agents are tasked with stopping terrorism, international threats, and even occasional sovereign nations from pushing the clock closer to midnight. Closer to midnight. Let's see. Agents are tasked with stopping terrorism, international threats, and sovereign nations from pushing the clock closer to midnight. Each of the agents are drawn from a variety of backgrounds. Some above board, some above the law, and many below it. They are shadows in the dark. They are secretive. Cell. They are classed by when they adopt the badge. They when they adopt the life, they sacrifice who they were. For another chance of they sacrifice who they were for a chance of changing what they are. For a chance of becoming who they want to be. So kind of the idea of Midnight 13 is that they are very clearly not good people. They're kind of a little bit wonky. Dyslexia live. Probably. Sacrifice who they were for the chance of becoming who they want to be. So each agent is composed of their analytics. Such a weird word. Analytics skills and their specialization. Might even part of me wants to drop the comedy. The other part of me is like amp into the comedy a little bit here. Just make goofy. Let's kind of make like goofy things of like, yeah, you are literally part of a super secret organization of like super secret cool organization of cool people for the sole reason of being you are like awesome. Go get him, Tiger. Just like, wait, what? 218. We actually bold you. I'm feeling we bold that. They are smaller. Okay. Hmm. The agent's analytics represent are their combined training, instinct, acumen, and let's see, training, instinct, and acumen, and bravado from their previous life outside of midnight 13. Each analytic will be added to the dice pool. Actually, an analytic will always be added to a check. Well, an analytic will always be added to a check. An analytic will always be added to a check, being one of the most important die. Analytic will always be added to a check, allowing the agent to always have a die available to them. Available to them. When creating an agent, they will assign a D4, D6, D10, and D12 to one of the four analytics. Each the lower the die, the less adept the agent is with that particular field of expertise. Kind of want to get across the idea of like, hey, you're still good, you just aren't very good at this thing. You always have a die available. No matter what you do, you will always roll your analytic. No matter what, you will always add it. So this is going to be a little bit funky, but I can make it work. Agent's talent in combat and self-defense situations. Yeah, the agent's talent in combat and self-defense situations. Right, or right hook. Agents who are exceptionally combat able. Agents who are exceptionally combat able. Agents who good outside adept proficient who are proficient in, let's see, agents who are proficient in combat operations. Let's see, agents who are proficient in combat have backgrounds in the military, criminal enterprises, and or private combat forces. Proficient in combat have backgrounds, so it's kind of like people who are proficient in this have backgrounds in the military, criminal enterprises, or private military. Let me be a good military. What's a good military synonym? So we don't really give them anything else. It's just keep these a little bit smaller so we don't gotta worry about them as much. I'm fine with that, keeping them smaller. Because maybe I could do a 2x2. Maybe if we get rid of the heading here, we just turn it into Goldman. We turn it into like Goldman like 16. We do something like that. Because then we can make it a 4x4. Go for slot comedy, so straight face bad, it's hilarious. The thing is, like, I want the idea being, like, you can, like, if you want to run a game that is deadly serious, you totally can with this. But if you also want to run Austin Powers, you can run Austin Powers. And just have, yeah, baby! Like, no, Austin, no! The spy who shagged me. It's things like that. You may be saying, wow, that sounds like it's going to be very confused very quickly. And the answer is, yeah, probably, but now it'll be funny. We bump you up to 16. Espionage. Let's see. Let's see. The agent's affinity for the art of spy work. Let's see, the agent's skilled at the art of spy work. The agent's ability. Actually, the agent's talent. That's good. The agent's talent for the art of spy work. Let's see. Let's see. Deception, stealth, communication, and how did I write this? Agents who are okay. Agents who are skilled at, let's see, who are skilled at espionage have backgrounds. let's see. Agents who are skilled at espionage have backgrounds inside of the intelligence industry. Business, let's see, business in the intelligence world, business, and would be another would be another good one for like you're a really deceptive, person. Actually, but yeah, intelligence world, business, or politics. Truly the most, deceptive of people. Politicians. Mm. 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 Out of the corporate sector or political machine. Kind of the idea of like, hey, you are naturally adept at the idea of being a, you're a competent individual by virtue of being like you have, been inside of these various, groups that are all about that. Like the entire idea is that you are, kind of inside a very hectic, very dangerous world. Mm. Mm. Talents. What's a good talent synonym? Talent synonym: flair, aptitude. Gift of academics. Gift of academics and understanding of the scientific and understanding of the technical side of the world. Agents who are apt, who have the aptitude. The aptitude are can use the latest gadgets. Become an aficionado. Are aficionados. So you can use the latest gadgets. Agents who have an aptitude can use the latest gadgets and are aficionados with tech and tools. So kind of the idea, like, if you have really high knowledge, like, you're just good at doing your fucking job. Let's see. Actually, gift of academics, understanding of the technical side of the world by being aficionados. Tools and gadgets. Of the knack for espionage. Agents who are gifted in knowledge are come from the information. Oh no, that? What would be a good way of wording this? What would be a good way of saying these are your fucking backgrounds? Like, this is kind of like what you're from. Wouldn't be the intelligence world, no, most likely, because that'd be the idea of, like, you are an intelligence operative, but more of, like, the tech sector. Like, what do you refer to that as? Like, the tech sector? It's a good way of wording that. Come from have backgrounds in academia, private enterprises, and tech, and the tech bubble. Because it's like, one of those things is like, yeah, you're fucking smart. That's the entire idea, is like, you're just a smart person, and you know how to use some of these fucking tools, you know, at your disposal. Having low knowledge doesn't mean you're stupid, it just means you're not that kind of person. You're not a tech guy, you're the I'm gonna punch you in the goddamn face guy. Luck. Characters naturally lucky nature and blind faith in their own innate ability. With high luck are natural creatures of fortune. Things lap in the world accommodating it. A character with low luck is passed under allowed next to a black cat after break. Luck is one of those ones that I felt needed to be changed, tying it into maybe the not grit. Grit sounds too fate. Fate sounds too luck would be a good one. Because the idea of luck is kind of the idea of luck in this game is that if you are lucky, that's kind of your bullshit ability. It's not necessarily like, hey, I want to punch people, hey, you are relying on nothing more than pure dumb luck. Bond has pretty high luck, all things considering. It's the, oh no, something bad's going to happen, hit it with luck. You rely on that, sense of whimsy, effectively. Bravado, luck. Chutzpah would be a good one, but chutzpah doesn't work. Chutzpah. I know chutzpah doesn't work. What would be a good fate word? Fun fact, Shady Tradesman, the person from the contract, popped in and said hello. Sent me a direct message, so I'm sending them a direct message back covering my tracks. There we go. Like a dream, snake eater. They must never know. My super secret. I was just making fun of their thing, you know, blindly. But let's see. Luck. Chutzpah. Fate doesn't really work. What would be a good word? What would be a good luck word? I like luck stats. I mean, like, because I usually don't put luck stats in, you know, luck stats TTRP. I usually don't put luck stats edge. Edge is good. Edging out. You have an edge. It also allowed me to put combat, edge, espionage, knowledge all in one thing. Natural lucky nature and blind faith in their own innate ability, Own innate abilities. Agents who excel, who find themselves knee deep in edge tend to have exotic find themselves knee deep in edge tend to have exotic backgrounds with strange circumstances of how they become affiliated with Midnight 13. So it's kind of like, hey, you're just a weird dude. Like, people just think you're fucking weird. And that's not a bad thing. You're just weird, you weird person. So we do, let's see if we can fit, let's play a game. Can we fit every single thing in these 4 boxes? I don't think we can, but I'm going to try. So, if I do this, and then maybe we... Let's see. 5. Can we do 3? Can we do 3.2? Or private armies. There we go. Actually, what we can do with this maybe we can do... You know, when in doubt, see, this is the beautiful thing about having a server full of people who are nominally in your favor, where you can just ask them inane questions and they can't do anything about it. Down. Go to question time. There we go. Choose. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I'm saying. Choose. Choose what? Hedgehog the Spy Edge. Good job, Ironside. I don't know if you can hear me. I'll punctuate as I see fit. Looks like people enjoy too. Let's just torture everyone by using the dreaded semicolon. Looks like 2 and 3 are the kind of the natural. First sentence. Look at okay. The agent's talent for the art of spy work. This enables them to tap on deception, stealth, and subtle communication. The fuck are you on about? Wait, the first comma is separating two sentences without a conjunctional clause. Yeah, it's a subtle clause. It's fine. Because it's pretty much saying the agent's talent for the art of spy work, comma. This enables them to tap into the art of deception, stealth, and subtle communication. What do you want me to fucking put in there? A fucking and? And this enables them? No, that doesn't, or but this enables them? No, it's a clear stop in the sentence, though. I could put a fucking period there and probably be easier for this. But I don't want to put a period there, so I'm going to do that. You know what? I can actually, this is appropriate time for the semicolon, everybody. See, I'm going to tell you all a secret about the fucking semicolon here, is that the semicolon can be treated effectively as a comma and. Now, there we go. The agent's talent for the art of spy... The agent's talent for the art of spy work, comma, and this enables them to top... And this enables them to... So petty that he used... See... what I should do, this would be the correct way of writing it then. The agent's talent of the art of spy work enables them to tap into the art of deception, stealth, and subtle communication. Because it can be read as the agent's talent for the art of spy work and enables them to tap into the art of deception, stealth, and subtle communication. That is the optimal way of writing that. I'll have you fucking know, by the way. Or I could just do that, or I could just remove it entirely, and I... It's just like, you don't fucking need that. I'm like, thanks, Google. See, I could keep it there. That's the worst part, is I can keep it there. But just because it would be correct. It would be annoying, but it would be correct. I love the English language. Keep it. Keep it! Fine. There we go. We'll put the term thus in there. The agent's talent for the art of spy work, and thus enables them to use the art of tap into the art of deception, stealth, and subtle communication. It is a terrible fucking word. It is the worst thing imaginable, and it's great. Have no fear. Excellent. It would be confusing for non-native speakers. Not really. Because, generally speaking, all it's saying is the agent's talent for the art of spy work thus enables them to tap into the art of deception, stealth, and subtle communication. If you know how a semicolon fucking functions, it's the agent's talent for the art of spy work and thus enables them to tap into the art of deception, stealth, and subtle communication. It is The semicolon is like one of those weird punctuation bits that is just confusing for everyone involved, and there's nothing good about it. It's just one of those holdovers of the language that just never goes away. I'm terrible at using semicolons. I'm fucking awful at using. I have to be very precise when I use them. Because if I'm not very precise when using them, it gets fucky wucky. So let's see. This enables me to go right back up here because what I can put, I'm gonna put an image right here. I think we can put a big image right here, or once I fix up how Hour to Midnight's going to look, then I can probably expand some aspects of it. So let's see, skills. The agent's skills. Agent skills are a combination of training, effort, and natural knowledge, and understanding of how to properly use the world around them to be successful. Skills can become a variety of tasks, but often fall into specific niches dictated by the associated analytic. An agent will have an agent's skills are the combination of training and effort. Training and effort of how to use the world around them to be success define success. Skills can be used in a variety of situations, but are often associated with a particular analytic which governs them. Each agent will have a set of increases, bumps, uppers, downers, fuckers, My mom dropped off like eight potatoes for me the other day, so I'm trying to figure out what to use those potatoes for. Because potatoes are one of those foods that's just weird. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, you can never, like, there is no good way to use just a lot of potatoes. There's a couple foods out there that there's just no good solid way. There's no good way to use a lot of potatoes. Oh Lord. What? Oh goodness. Yeah, like, what I was thinking about doing is, as they suggested, was make good old mashed potatoes. It's been a while since I've last time I had like fresh mashed potatoes, like full on fresh mashed potatoes. Have been a while, so I can probably make mashed potatoes with like two or three of them. A lot of mashed potatoes, but I like mashed potatoes. But with some gravy, maybe get some chicken in there. Ooh, that'd be good. I was thinking about making home fries. Because all home fries are, at the end of the day, is just chopped up potato and then fried. And I've got a cool air fryer, because I've got an air fryer. Have no fear. Clearly, you don't own an air fryer. That I can do. See, what I need to do is I need to go to Trader Joe's. Because Trader Joe's has like this oil thing they sell. There's like chili stuff in there. There's like chili, there's oil. It's a bunch of things. It's like a, not a puree, fucking I'm having a stroke. It's a chutney, kind of like a chutney thing, like oily chutney thing. I can put that in. Ooh, that'd be really good though. It's a bitch to get, but I can get it. If I can get it, I'll use it and make home fries. I've been thinking about like what else what else can I use fucking potatoes for? Like fuck, I've got too many goddamn potatoes. So yeah, French fries could work. I could try to make French fries. I could make budget fries. Make fucked up fries with my fucked up cookies. See, anytime I look up like potato recipes, being like, either I have to get like 18 different things where I'm not making a potato recipe anymore, I'm making something completely fucking different. Or I cannot find like just a fucking site of just recipes. I just want the recipe site. I don't want your life fucking story. I don't want to know why you love this fucking recipe. Just tell me the recipe already. And the ones that do just tell you the recipe are usually cursed. It's usually cursed food. It's like, goddamn. You damn know what I'm talking about too. It's never just one thing. Oh, no. It's got to be an entire event to get, the right kind of food. And everyone's like, you should put more butter on things. But I'm like, I'm not a butter guy. That's one thing I completely fuck with people about things, is like, I don't like butter. That's the thing. I am not a butter guy. I don't like butter. I said it. And like I've been trying to find like a good alternative to like from butter in recipes, just because I just don't like butter very much. Let's see. Bumps, skills, talents. What would be a good word for increase though? Like of the skill by 1. Any skills, actually no. Each skill is assigned, let's see, each skill is assigned a rank. Actually capital rank, which is a die size, D4, D6, D8, etc. Each skill is assigned a rank, which is a die size, allowing them, which will be added, which will be added to the check, which will be added to the check in addition to the analytic. If the skill is relevant. Skills can only go as high as the associated analytic analytic can only go as high as the associated analytic. This means that having a D8 in combat in the combat analytic will mean an agent an agent can reach D8 in their. Let's see. This means having a D8 in the combat analytic will mean it can only reach a D8 in the firearm skill. Each agent begins with 15 ranks to assign. Let's see. Each agent begins with 15 ranks to assign to their skills. Let's see. So. The semicolon is in there now. I love semicolons. I think more people should use semicolons. Oh yeah, someone linked this to me. We've got some Japanese kino on the horizon, and I'm very excited. You might have seen the trailer already for this one, and people seem to be quite excited for it. It looks very interesting, so I'm in it. I do enjoy me some good old-fashioned mecha-based combat. Tanned tomboy mecha combat? Well, you had me at mechs. No need to impress me any further. So, we want to do 2x2. Something like this. We're going to put it right there. We're going to merge, and we're going to combat. EQC. I'm just going to put all of them in there, alright? We're just going to put every single thing in here. We're not going to even comment on what's being in there, what isn't in there. We're not going to think about it. We're just going to add them in. Investigation. This was before I discovered, the sort feature, by the way. So, networking, stealth, larceny. Yes, the larceny skill, because I think the larceny skill is always very useful in games. Because larceny effectively allows you to, instead of having like a lockpicking skill, you can just have the larceny. Academics, hardware, pilots. So if we're just kind of applying things just 1-to-1, that's the current plan, all right? That's what we're currently doing. We're just assigning things 1-to-1. And once we get everything loaded up, we're then going to probably start changing the nature of certain skills because they need them. Because, like, these ones, like, acrobatics and athletics feel a little bit weird in this game, but I also see why they're there. So it's like, what do we do with them? I just hope it doesn't make proper tech with moon runes all the time. I don't know. I think it's a Japanese game. That's the thing. I think it is like a Japanese developer, so there may not even be like a really good English translation, which to me, anyway, is arguably better. I'm not gonna lie. Just give me the original Japanese and let me like vaguely interpret what's going on. And I'm not even saying that as like, you're just a weird weeb. I'm like saying that as like, yeah, I'm a weird fucking weeb who would enjoy that a lot more. Because I don't like I've learned to gradually dislike it's really funny how people have made me dislike anime over time, but it's like people making it for, you know, and more apt for audiences and things like that. What are they the localizers? I've become to hate localizers more and more. Which has caused me to dislike the entire, like, just anime in general or any of that kind of stuff. And I feel very fucking angry about that. It saddens me greatly because of it. So, let's see. Part of me wants to put specialties before, because specialties are going to give you things like right off the bat. Like, that's one of the ideas, that they're going to give you things right off the bat. Your analytics are your core stats. So maybe we start with... I said low because nowadays it went backwards from the 4Kids era. Like, it's very hard not doing their fucking job proper. Like, it's one of those things, like, again, I'm not, like, I've expressed this before. I understand why you gotta do it sometimes. I'm never gonna be like, man, you guys are bad for obeying proper fucking laws, or you guys are terrible human beings because, like, you have to remove the graphic, you know, pornographic sex scene, or you have to change some aspect of it that makes no fucking sense to anybody involved, so you have to try and, like, work around it. Like, I kind of get that, because there's a lot of things in, like, Japanese especially, which is like, this will make no sense to anybody who is not Japanese. Like, how do you interpret that into English, which maybe doesn't have a word for that, or doesn't have the idea of that? I can understand that being complicated and difficult, and I understand these guys work for fucking peas. They work for no fucking money. They work for very, very little. And because they work for exceedingly little, I'm not going to be like, you're a bad person for doing this. It's annoying. It's the Rakugo, yes. Yeah, puns, don't even get me started on that. Like, I get that. But when you start trying to change characters, character beats, like very important things, to be like, well, I want to adapt it to a modern audience, the problem is you're dating it. And it gets worse. It's like, don't do that. Like, why are you... Just translate it. Like, this isn't a complicated sentence. And like I've said, the only things that, like, when you are localizing that you should actively be changing are very basic things. One, you should change anything that you are legally required to. If you work in fucking China and they say, do not bring up the fact that they are... You know, that do not bring up the fact that they are this fucking character or whatever. Don't bring that up, or change the way they're wording this. Then yeah, do it, because you're gonna get shot if you don't, and that's bad. Like, you're gonna lose your job if you don't. Or, you know, people will be it is illegal for you to do this. I understand that. That's perfectly reasonable. It's like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. That's kind of the problem. The second one is incredibly localized things that are very difficult to understand. It's very hard to get puns in, like, Japanese is full of puns, and that's like a very important thing. And it's like, how do you get the idea that they are making a pun in this situation where characters might be burst out laughing, but how do you make that, translate? Because what they've said makes no sense, but what they've said makes sense in context because it's a massive fucking pun. At that point, I can kind of see, hey, let's try to make sure they're making a joke or something like that, or maybe it's like kind of like a one-off thing. I can kind of see that. I can understand that if it is not important, if it is not pivotal to the character. If a character's entire thing is that they speak in puns, and they are very cryptic about their puns, then do not change it. Say exactly what they're saying, and we as the audience can understand via fucking vocalization he is making a pun. But if it's like a one-off comedy bit, then yeah, I guess it's fine. The other thing that I would make a note is like the really hyper-localized situations that the characters understand, the Japanese audience understands, but US, EU, other audiences just wouldn't. They would have no context for a very specific festival going on. So instead of calling it the Katakura festival or something, which is very particular or would make a lot of sense to someone, it's the spring festival. It's the summer festival. It's a school festival. Where it's like, this doesn't quite look like a school festival. This doesn't quite look like a spring festival. It's like, yeah, you're just kind of dumbing it down for people because you're not there. It would be the same thing of being like, do you understand my incredibly detailed reference to a place where I live? Probably no one will understand if I say I'm going down to the breakfast club. No one would understand what the fuck I am talking about. Is it a club for people who like breakfasts? Is it like a sports bar? Is it like what? No, it's a breakfast joint. It is a breakfast restaurant in a college town. It has a very specific meaning, a very specific place, and a very specific idea to it. But if you aren't from here, or that's just not a thing that you understand, then it's like, oh, that's a very different idea, and you'd be like, oh, you would maybe put down, hey, go to meet me by the breakfast restaurant, or meet me by this place. Because it might have different contexts, different words to things, because club has some context. If I say, let's go to the club, what does that mean? Let's go to the club can mean a lot of different things in a context. If I were to say, let's go down to the club at home, people would understand what I'm talking about. But if I say, let's go down to the club here, they'll be like, okay, there's like 7 nightclubs. What do you want to go to? It's kind of that idea. There's a lot of context that may be lost on people. The thing that I see them try to change is, again, is like character beats, or like, oh, well, I think this character is like this. Being like, it's not, just translate what's being said. And the thing is, they try to make it funny. Like, oh, it's Among Us. Like, get it? Because Among Us is funny. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Like, it was the Nagatoro saying sus. It was like, oh, well, she speaks in slang a lot. Being like, no, she just says suspicious. She says it very formally, in fact, that, hey, senpai, you're being very suspicious. She doesn't say sus. That's not who she is. Just translate it. It's not difficult. That's why that's why I read a lot of manga these days, just because, like, at least I'm like fairly confident that they at least know what they're doing. And if there's little errors and stuff, I don't feel bad about it. But it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Games get it real bad. And that's also like one of the things, like, I'm pretty confident we'll never see like a lot of Even the TRPG, like Goblin Slayer and Konosuba, were done by the same person effectively. I'm assuming they didn't get paid too much for it. Let's see. How do we... You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna leave this here because I know I'm gonna think on skills. Because I know what I want to do with these. But you, on the other hand, you need to be changed. Okay, you need to be changed pretty fundamentally. Background. While skills cover particular event. Covers particular covers a variety of situations the agents find themselves in. They will always be able to draw upon their history to assist them. In a variety of conflict, in a variety of situations. Each agent has three backgrounds. Comprising composed of their history, composed of their various skill sets, various talents and traits they have developed. Whenever each of these backgrounds are assigned a D4, a D0, D4, D6, and actually 0, 1, or D6, D, and a D10 to actually no, you'll do D4 and D6, D0, D4, D6 to represent the importance to the agent and their lives. Having a D0 still indicates a familiarity or a knack for the background, familiarity knack with associated situations tied to the background. Indicates familiar, but not the working knowledge behind it. Not the working knowledge behind, but not the working behind it. Only one background may be applied to a role, to a check at a time. Let's see. Only one background may be applied to a check at a time. Background may be applied to a check at a time. Let's see. So the agents are encouraged to diversify their history. Agents may choose to shadow a history, shadow a background. It chooses to shadow a background, may choose to shroud a background instead until a point of the mission that they point in a operation in which they reveal their history. Reveal a personal secret. They reveal a personal secret secret. This allows the agents to write in on the spot a background of their choice. Kind of the idea is like, if you already know who you want to play, just write in the background. But if you want to put in a background being like, hey, I've always had this background. I've always been a scholar of history. I've always been a fucking, I've always been a hunter. Always been a hunter. I've always hunted animals. Fun, because that's who I am. I've always had a knack for. I've always been a chemist, or I've always been this or whatever. You get the idea. I've always been something, regardless of the situation. Even if I wasn't, 10 minutes before, I am now. Does that make any sense? No. Yeah. So hopefully that I can fully replace the personal skills. Like, personal skills were like very much a Let's see. So what I was thinking about doing is like, we add in a side rule build. People are built different. This shouldn't be too much to realize as the 6'3" Adonis towers over their 5'2" pocket princes, as their 5'2" tech support, and the Amazonian woman, and the Amazonian Amazonian operator, poses next to her. I'm calling special Amazonian commando poses next to her. Next to her scrawny intel. Let's see. Amazonian commander poses next to her scrawny intel, holding a laptop. When creating an agent, they will choose a generalized idea of their build. This allows them to gain a bonus or penalty of one step. Should they adopt the proper disguise? That fits their build. That fits their build. This is kind of a side thing. I'll have to debate if I actually want to put it in, because the idea is very simple. The idea is, hey, you are a 6'5" fucking bodybuilder. Why did I say being are built different people? As the 6'3 Adonis towers over. The 6'3 Adonis towers over the 5'2 tech support, and the Amazonian commando poses next to her. Scrawny Hintel holding a laptop. One bill. I don't know if I want to put this in formally. I don't know. Or if I want to kind of make this its own thing later on. I don't really know what kind of debate on that. It fits certain things, but on other hands, it really doesn't. Because, like, the idea of disguises is, like, you put on a disguise, you are there. As long as you are in a place, though, people are going to realize, like, hey, that's not it. Kind of making fun of the fact that, like, Agent 47 can kind of put on any outfit, and he just kind of works for it. Even things he clearly shouldn't be able to put on. That this makes no sense. So I was thinking, like, that could work. Like, that could be kind of an interesting idea. Like, I don't quite know how to, like, put it in elegantly, though. Without it feeling like just write something in. Being like, do I put it in different? Do I give people it, like, I'll think about it. So I'm gonna call it there. First hour was dedicated to shit posting mostly, but I think we made pretty decent progress. The goal is over the weekend I'm gonna work on this as well, and by Monday, by episode 3, we are going to be able to hit the meat of the game. Because once character creation is done, that which was kind of one of the bigger issues, everything else is just kind of like, it's just rewriting things. How do we take this and make it better? How do we change this and make it better? That's really all we're doing. It's not too difficult, so it's kind of like, hey, we're making a very dedicated movement. That's kind of the idea. So hopefully things go quickly there, go correct there. So, Godspeed, good luck. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Tomorrow we begin a new dewonging process, by the way. So that'll be entertaining. Hopefully everyone has fun with dewonging something that isn't Japanese. Because we're going to the land of the Rus. Zos mutatuvachi. Yeah. I should shut up.